Yeah, so it's we put ourselves in a good position to get into the final. We still have another game to play against Ranchi, Bengal on the 24th. So our focus remains on that game first. So we're taking it one step at a time. But overall, we're quite happy with the performance of the girls. There have been a couple of hiccups along the way, but I think that's part of sport. And what we're trying to do is just manage ourselves now as we come to the business end of the competition. Yeah, I think that's where we worked really hard on that connection piece here. So because the off-field connection is probably the most important aspect to this, and that's what we tried really hard to do, to develop during the camp that we had in Chandigarh. So we had a good 10-day block there and worked very hard at it to get that going. And then they all know how to play hockey. We're trying to bring that together as well. So just bringing both together has been the focus for the last for this entire campaign actually. Well, it has been a little bit different, but we don't want to make excuses about the surface. We just have to get on with it and deal with it. So it is what it is. It's the same for both teams and for all teams that play in this competition. So yeah, it is what it is. We just have to get on with it. It could be the base, and because if it is the base, it's a concrete base, so there's nothing you can do about that.
Once it happens, it happens.
Yeah. So and I think every team is in the same position. So so something that we're not spending too much time sort of wondering about it because it's out of our control, right? So we can control how we adapt to that. So that's our focus. Yeah, I think goalkeepers are now phenomenal athletes. Firstly, they read the game really well. They communicate. They're real good organizers, and I think it's come a long way, from what it used to be. And I think most keepers, are one of the key players in the team because they organize the defense really well. They play a big role in penalty corner defense. So it's just as an organizational role, it's a big role that goalkeepers play. They also play a big role in reading patterns, so they can see the patterns unfold a lot quicker than a coach can see from the sidelines. So a good goalkeeper is a real huge asset to your team, and it has evolved and come a long way from where it used to be. I'll have to give it some thought. I think I would change the travel.
Okay.
Because we traveled for 2 days to play one game. So I think that I understand we have to take the game across and spread it across as much as possible. But that remains a physical challenge. Traveling by bus. That sort of took a lot out of our athletes. So I think that probably could be one thing that I would like to see changed. Yeah, I would be in favor as long as we get adequate time.
Okay.
Yeah, because it's a physically demanding sport, and
So scheduling can be better.
absolutely. And if there's travel, then scheduling could produce better hockey because you'll have fresher players.
Yeah.
So yeah. Yes, I'm just focused on the Hockey India League at the moment, and I'm just happy with the opportunity that I've got with Soorma and working with all these wonderful athletes. So I'm not looking too far into the future, but whatever happens. Yes, I never say never. So let's see as what unfolds. I haven't actively pursued it at the moment, so I'm just happy with what I'm doing. And as I said, my main focus now is with Soorma and doing well in this tournament. No, we use a lot of science in our coaching, and so our strength and conditioning is very important. The GPS data is very important. So all these factors we utilize into our coaching. So I'm more into and it's getting that, blending it into the coaching. So it's not like video analysis is a big part of our coaching. So getting the athletes into those parts as well, introducing them to online platforms where they're analyzing their game, and just more education around the whole game. So I'm that kind of a coach where I want athlete involvement, as much as possible, because it's a collective effort. It's not just me having the knowledge, and for me, it's like it's not what I say; it's what they take away. So I may have the knowledge, but if I cannot impart it onto the athlete, then I have to do a little bit more work on my coaching, because it's my if I have to be able to impart that knowledge onto the athletes. Hopefully seeing the success of this year, of the first season, because a lot of people might have been apprehensive, not knowing what to expect, and now with their fellow countrymen going back and spreading that message that it was a great tournament, we had a great time, that should motivate more people. Also, they're watching it, so they'll see the crowds coming in, they'll see the fanfare behind it and the excitement behind some of the games. So I think that should bring a lot of people back into the HIL and keep them hungry for coming into this program. I think that's good because it gives a good balance. It's pretty good. There's eight aside, so we can play 5 on at a time. So it's a really good balance and good blend between the Indian athletes and the international athletes and the overseas athletes. It gives the younger Indian athletes opportunity as well, because that's the whole purpose of having the Hockey India League, to promote the talent and develop their talent. So I think 8 athletes from overseas is a good balance. Yeah, I think we just have to be better, and we just have to, and we keep working on it. So every training session, that's our main focus and what we're focusing on. And hopefully, in the next 2 games, we might see a few penalty corners being scored, and hopefully, we're saving it for the big games. No, she's still the co-captain on the team. But I think maybe the announcers have to just announce one name. So because she's still the co-captain for all media and everything. Yeah, I don't know if you can name more than one, but she's definitely the co-captain of the team. Yeah, and also it's a conscious decision not to give Savita the band, because in case there's so suppose we have an extra player on the field, or if something goes wrong, and the captain usually gets a 2-minute card, a green card or anything. So we don't want our goalkeeper to be penalized. So she's the key member of our team. So it's a tactical thing as well. So that's why she's not wearing the armband. I think rubbing shoulders with some of the best in the business, it's pretty cool. It's provided a platform for hockey to grow on a global stage. So I think it's not just the Indian athletes who will benefit, but also hockey in general, because it's going to grow the popularity of the sport overseas as well. So I think it'll do wonders for hockey on a global stage.